Hello there, it's me again. Hannah's making me laugh already. It's a slight change of scenery for this week's video because we are on our way to sunny Blackpool for the Play Expo. We're going to go as far as Lincoln, where we're going to meet up with Bo Belover, and he's going to drive us the rest of the way before we have fun times in our Airbnb. Hannah is sitting there laughing at me, and I was really nervous about recording in front of her because I don't do it very often. But I thought while we're driving, I'm going to get bored, so I thought I'd do my pickups video while in the car. So without further ado, let's just go straight into pickups.
Rummage in your bag.
I'm going to rummage in my little sack. So, as I've been saying recently, I've been getting into UMDs quite a lot. So, first pickup is History of Violence on UMD with Viggo Mortensen in it. I think we've seen this once, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We saw it at the cinema because it was the excitement of Aragorn being in something.
It really was.
I remember it being quite a decent film, but I've not seen it since. So that'll be a nice one to watch. And I have got my PSP packed in my bag in the back there. What else have I got in here? The next UMD I've got is The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, which, if I remember rightly, was an attempt at making this into a franchise, but then it flopped critically and commercially. But the only time I've ever watched this was on UMD when your mum had a PSP years ago.
Did we have it?
We had it
Catherine
on.
Zeta-Jones,
we
isn't it?
I don't think Catherine Zeta-Jones is in it. Sean Connery's in it.
Oh, I know Sean Connery's in it, but I thought you had Catherine Zeta-Jones in it.
No, I'm not seeing anything about Catherine Zeta-Jones. But anyway, that'll be another one to watch. What else have I got? Oh, Independence Day. Cool as hell. I've not seen the sequel though, so is the sequel worth watching? Because if it's not, I'll just watch Independence Day again, because that will just be a lot easier. And the final UMD I've picked up is Dodgeball, which it's from the kind of era where I've seen most Ben Stiller movies. Dodgeball is the one that I've not seen at all, so hopefully it'll be fun. I mean, you're about to say something, Hannah? You just raised your hand. Speak up, please.
No, I was going to say there is another one that you've got. You just haven't got it in your bag.
Which one's that?
Super bad.
Oh yeah, Hannah bought me Superbad at a car boot sale. So that's it for UMDs. But I did also pick up a small game for myself. You know about my weaknesses for platformers, my weaknesses for football games in the past anyway.
And you say I have many things that I collect.
And I don't collect what I'm about to show. So I saw Championship Manager 2006 because I do tend to get sucked into football management games on a fairly regular basis because they are great. 2006, so going from the back of the box art, we're talking about Thomas Myra being the Watford goalkeeper, I think. So, yeah.
Am I supposed to know who that is?
He played for Everton in the mid to late 90s.
Oh.
And I do apologise, I've just noticed the lighting in this video is going to be horrendous, and I apologise if the sound of the car makes this video sound horrendous, but it's a change of scene, let's all have fun with it. But the big pickups for this week are all based around me watching movies for the Mega Drive.
Oh no, have there been some?
Oh, last video I shared the Ultra HD Blu-ray of Cutthroat Island, and I'd heard that the game was better than the movie, but that did not prepare me for just how bad the movie was. One of the worst aspects of it, other than the script and the directing,
You can't really get much worse than that, can you?
and the casting,
and everything.
But in particular, Gina Davis was just she is not made for an action-adventure lead at all. And it really demonstrates exactly why you shouldn't hire someone based on them being married to the director. But it's another movie knocked off the list, so I'm able to just...
Kind of whole nepotism like Daniel Radcliffe in Harry Potter, isn't it?
Shush. What was I going to say?
Sorry.
Yeah, you've really put me off my flow now.
Movies.
Yeah, movies. So that's another game that I can buy if I find it. I was very tempted to buy it, but instead I decided to buy the game based around a movie that I've seen in the last week. I watched it probably when I was about 18, and I don't remember it being as slow paced as it is now. I've watched it again.
I've never seen it.
I think you'd enjoy it, weirdly.
Got
But
never read it either.
this is the single most expensive game I have ever added to the collection. I'm not going to say how much I've spent on it, but it's probably less than you'd think.
£80.
Shut up. And that is Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Do you know what? I just got that mixed up with Mary Shelley's Frankenstein then.
There is a US release of that for the Mega Drive.
Is there?
Yes,
Okay.
but there isn't a PAL release.
Ah.
I've got Dracula for the Master System, but it's supposed to be very different on the Mega Drive. And
So I thought you had that on the Master System.
yeah, I did.
Because that's the one that we got from CEX, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's now come back in stock with the manual.
But the guy in the shop said that the Mega Drive version is basically like a poor man's Castlevania.
Hmm.
So it'll be interesting to try to see whether it is that way at all. If you've played it, please let me know if that's the case, because saying it's like a poor man's Castlevania doesn't mean a huge amount to me, because I've never played Castlevania.
So I've played a Castlevania.
Yeah, but I never have,
They're
so
quite fun.
I don't really know how that's going to work out.
I can see that. It's the kind of gothic
Yeah.
kind of situ.
Yeah.
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 I think
Yeah.
you'd enjoy it.
Yeah. The next one that I picked up is my only eBay pickup of the week, and that is Batman Returns for the Mega Drive. As you can see, there's just a little dent at the front of the case there, and if I open it up, the front cover of the manual.
We even get sound effects.
Yeah, sound effects for opening it. Because I'm big and tough. Grr. The manual's tatty, to say the very least, but
It has one.
it's another movie to knock off the list. It's the game of the best Batman movie that there is. I will not be argued with on this, Hannah. And it means that I now have all 3 Batman games for the Mega Drive. So
It's only because you love Danny DeVito.
it is. I like to imagine
fair,
Danny
thanks.
DeVito in latex.
As I say, penguin.
Yeah,
It's just all you need in life.
exactly. You just need a penguin.
Waddling along.
Yeah, when I was buying, you've really put me off during this video. When I was buying Bram Stoker's Dracula, they'd literally, in last level, they'd literally just had a load of games traded in, and I saw one that had just been traded in, and I thought I might get that as well, even though I've not watched the movie. So I asked how much it was, and I thought it's a little bit too much. I'm likely to get told off if I buy it straight away. So I've watched the movie now, and we went into the last level today, and I am now the proud owner, but the unfortunate watcher of Predator 2. To be fair, Danny Glover is very good in it, but other than that, it's a bit meh, really.
Danny Glover.
Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, I've not seen much about this game. I've definitely never played it. I think when I very first wrote the list of movie games, I did miss this one off, and then I saw it on a video. So it's another one that, in terms of how expensive this challenge is going to be, it's one of the lower mid-range ones. But
Well, 40.
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. There's a couple of very, very expensive ones. There's one in particular that you're looking at close to 150 just for cartridge, Hannah.
Is what it is.
Yeah. So that's the pickups in terms of the games, but I do also have a couple of VHS pickups. One of them is a game that I'd missed off the list originally, but then had it pointed out to me, which is Stargate, which I remember enjoying a lot, but not really understanding when I was younger. But Hannah says the main thing she remembers with Stargate is the sketches from that Mitchell and Webb sound, where they're talking about there being a Stargate in the office, and please don't use it as a bin. And then there's characters like Dorgon and Dujith that come in, and they're aliens, not aliens, aliens. If you haven't got a clue what I'm talking about, because most people wouldn't, just look up that Mitchell and Webb sound and just listen to a few episodes, and there should be some in the first series to do with an office with a Stargate.
And if you listen, then you'll automatically be hooked to that Mitchell and Webb sound.
That Mitchell and Webb sound is very good. It's a shame we didn't bring CDs for this journey.
Oh.
That's a slight oversight on our part. But as you know, I came up with my list. Then I had Roger Retro, who is now Retro Hulk, point out a load more to me, which I think brought the total to 43. I was reading my other Mega Drive book the other day.
Not many more than I need to get of my Wii U collection.
Yes, because you need to actually show people your Wii U collection, don't you, Hannah? Because I've been promising people for months that you're going to do a video of your Wii U collection, even if it takes you hours to go through everything you've got, but you still haven't done it. So stop talking about your Wii U collection until you're willing to show people your Wii U collection, okay?
I think my Wii collection is probably bigger than my Wii U collection.
Well, just start show people your Wii.
All right.
Okay? Anyway.
That's on another channel.
I digress entirely. We'll talk about Hannah's OnlyFans later. I found another game. I found another game that another movie that I completely missed, and I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover.
I always do.
However, that just looks awful.
Shite.
It looks like they're really bad cosplay of the Gelfs in Red Dwarf Series 6.
What, the Pleasure Girls?
No, not the Pleasure Gelfs. That's Series 4.
What's the difference between a Gelf and a Pleasure Gelf?
Right, Gelfs are genetically engineered life forms.
Oh, okay, they're not.
But a Pleasure Gelf is a genetically engineered life form that's created purely for pleasure.
Well, I'd rather have the Pleasure one.
Only because it would look like me. Anyway, I once again digress. That's going to be another movie for me to watch, because I've never watched it. I've never seen a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
Does he dance in it?
No, I showed Hannah the video of Jean-Claude Van Damme dancing the other day, and neither of us are quite sure what's going on with that video. I just know it through Family Guy. So, with any of these games, any of these movies, Hannah's now dancing to the side of me while driving. Please let me know if they're any good, or whether I've bought a load of... pardon me. Whether I've bought a load of rubbish.
Or a bump.
Yeah, it was a bump. And if you're going to be at the Play Expo in Blackpool tomorrow, we're not going to go on Sunday, come and say hello, because it's nice and friendly. But anyway, that's it for now. Catch you next time. Bye-bye. Say goodbye, Hannah.